I don't know. Radio Underground.
Underground radio.
Here we are.
I think.
All right. I just did a ghost pepper chip challenge on our Facebook for our patrons. Well, we don't have any patrons. We don't take money. But we have people that watch and are like, here, check us out.
We did, because I ate half of a chip also.
Yeah. I ate 9 ghost pepper chili soaked. Fucking, it was horrible. I have a heartbeat in my head. I had 1 swig of beer, and I just have acid reflux instantly. It's funny the chips didn't do it, but the beer, just because it's raw, just sitting there, it's like, yeah, it's horrible.
That sound.
Yeah. So I ate 9 ghost pepper chips. I'm eventually going to do the 1 chip challenge, which is the Reaper chip, but I've really got to prepare mentally for that one because it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can, real quick before we get going with the broadcast, this is episode 32, but you can contact us, Facebook, we're on Twitter, everything we're on, it's just Radio Underground. There may be a show or a podcast after the Radio Underground, but it's us. We don't have any fakes that I know of.
No, we don't have any copycat sites yet.
And if you guys want to talk to us, just hit us up here on the live chat, not the comments, the live chat.
Live chat.
Oh, shit, I didn't share this on Facebook
I'll
or
do
Twitter. But, yeah. Shit. So, anyways, while Brian's sharing that because I forgot to, we're going to talk about Gears 5.
Yes.
It is an awesome game.
Dude,
I think it is Microsoft's best exclusive this generation, hands down, bar none. They've had nothing but disappointments and just things go wrong. Microsoft's had bad luck. And even last night they kind of had bad luck. They had the Ultimate Game Pass subscribers.
Yeah.
We had access to it, but Xbox Live went down yesterday.
Yeah,
and that affected you. I was able to play. I didn't have many problems. Maybe a little later in the day.
It eventually kicked you off, though, right?
Yeah, later.
Sorry, my volume's on. I can hear us talking.
Oh, that's all right.
But yeah, I had issues. I just played it offline, and I'm just playing campaign. I'm not doing multiplayer anyways, but...
Now, I'll do Horde. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do... I'm not doing multiplayer and get my shit pushed in.
Hell no.
Those guys... Gears players, they're like Mortal Kombat people. They never stop playing. They're still going.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't know how they played it that long.
So I'm going to try not to give any spoilers, but it's pretty much Kate takes over as the face of the franchise. And it has a more open worldy thing to it. It's still linear. It's not open world sandbox, but you have secondary objectives you can do.
Yeah.
Which Gears never had that. So it's kind of awesome you can go over and, there's mines, like abandoned mines, and it's kind of like dungeon crawly type stuff. It's pretty fucking awesome.
I like it a lot. I didn't play. So as I started playing it, I'm looking around and I realize, what I never did was play Gears 4.
Gears 4 is actually a very good game.
Yeah, I know. It got really good reviews.
It's not as good as 5,
no.
But it's pretty good. But I would probably say it's the second best of this generation. I didn't play Halo 5, so I don't know if Halo 5
I didn't play
any good
Halo
or
5
not.
either,
But Sea of Thieves kind of tanked.
They insist it didn't. Xbox insists it's a hit.
It's doing good?
That's what they say.
Yeah. Well, if I don't like it, it sucks.
Yeah.
That's my barometer. Me.
No, there's been many people,
pick.
but they're basing it solely on how many people played it and downloads and everything else. I guess technically it's a hit.
But like, for you people that are like lean Sony, besides being wrong.
Yeah.
No, but if you like story-driven type games, Gears has plenty of story. If you have a PC, I know like a lot of people, I'll never get a fucking Xbox. I can play it on my PC. Well, if you got a PC, download the fucking thing.
Gears 5
on Steam and play it because it's a really good narrative type game.
Can you get it on Steam, or is it just through the Epic Store?
Well, you can. I think it's on Steam.
Is it? Okay.
I believe it is on Steam.
Well,
but you can also play it on Game Pass Ultimate on your PC.
That's true. Yes.
So if you're paying your $15 a month, you can play it on right
Yep.
now.
Yep.
So
That
it
is,
probably looks better on a real beefy graphics card. But I have the One X, so it looks great on that too.
you know what was funny though? You talked about how you could hear your fan going and it was working really hard.
Mm-hmm.
No, I had no sound at all. Mine was fine. I don't have a One X, but
I think that the One X is just trying to give you that 4K 60.
yeah,
So it's a
that's insane.
But you know what? Today it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
And there is a chance that there's like 17 pounds of kitty litter in there that I haven't cleaned out. You know that kitty litter dust that gets
The
in
dust,
everything?
or even just cat hair.
Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
clean it out, man.
Just get some compressed air. And
Yeah,
blow it up.
if you have pets, clean your electronics.
Now,
You have to.
Gears 5, though, gameplay. Like I said, I didn't play 4 at all. The last one I played was 3. I didn't play Judgment, which, whatever. Judgment doesn't count. I played Gears 3, and I played Gears 5. Didn't the roadie run button used to be something different? Wasn't it the joystick down?
What'd you say?
When you're doing the roadie run. When you're running?
No, it was A.
It was always A?
The thing that changed is the chainsaw's RB. It's not B, like actual B.
That threw me off, too, yeah.
It's RB now.
I swear, I
Which
thought the
that kinda
roadie
threw
run
me
was
the
like
fuck
if you
off.
press straight down on the left stick, that's when you started running.
No, that's
Okay.
that's every shooter ever, but not Gears.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I'm just some muscle memory from some of the shooters.
Yeah.
All the shooters I've played in my life.
Yeah, I know you have a storied career of shooting
Yes.
games.
It's pretty much in our realm of friends. It's like shooter games. It's Frank, then me, then Morgan.
Yeah, you're above Morgan.
I'm above
right
Morgan.
him.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's gonna flip out when he hears that.
I know.
Morgan is he's
Well, he doesn't
top
play-
5 in our friends.
He doesn't play real shooters. He plays Halo.
You know, the
And-
funny thing is, because I was bored and I just couldn't think of what to play before Gears 5 came out,
Oh, you were playing Halo.
and I played the first Halo.
Yep.
I didn't. 2 was okay, but I didn't play it during the hype, so the multiplayer and all the shit around it. So I played it just the campaign after Gears
Yeah.
1 came out. But I played the first Halo, the story and how it plays for an old game. The first Halo is a clean shooting game. It's like, for an old game, it's good.
Oh yeah.
And I do like that you have you can hit the select button and turn like the reskin new nice view back to the old. You can do it like in an instant. No delay or anything.
No.
Man, my chest is hurting.
From those hot chips.
Yeah, the peppers, they killed me.
Speaking of chest hurting, back to Gears 5.
Yeah.
I think you're further than me. I'm just beginning Act 3. No,
I thought
2.
you said 2.
Yeah, it's after stuff happens. I don't want to give away spoilers, but they're just landing in the snow area and talking to
Yeah.
people and get off the helicopter and going to the city village thing.
Yeah,
So you're at the end of that, basically. You're going into 3, right?
I'm going into 3.
Okay.
I did some side missions. I cleared out some mines.
Okay.
And that's those side missions is how you unlock, like the Jack character, the robot. He has passive and abilities, and
Yeah.
to peek them out, you got to do them side missions to get, like, say
The components.
the components.
Yeah.
And to peek out the final one, you got to do them side missions.
Okay.
And I'm trying to peek him as a full-on healer. And then when you get to the full healer, then it has a brawler mode at the end. So at the end, he gets a little aggressive.
Well,
So you get the heal and the aggression.
so like I said, I didn't play 4, so I'm looking for the Locust Horde. I'm like, where the fuck's the Locust Horde? But they're not there anymore. It's a swarm now.
Yeah, that's I love the Gears franchise. It's one of my favorite of all time.
Oh, absolutely.
But they basically took the same, the
Horde, the
horde,
Locust.
and this. They're now the swarm. It's like,
Well, they definitely
pretty
look.
much I mean, they have different
They're
monsters and stuff, but they're basically the drones. The man-sized opponents.
Yeah.
The everyday infantry is pretty much the same guys,
Yeah, I mean, it looks slightly different. You're right, but it's not much different.
but they look awesome. The
and instead of the
graphics.
krill, they got the flock,
Yeah, the flock.
and
Now,
they're just leeches to fly around.
and you can. The cool thing about those, you can kill them. You don't need a light to run them off. You can actually shoot them and kill them.
You got to shoot them a lot, but yeah,
Yeah, it takes a while,
it does.
and I like it has some. This game, Gears 5, also has some kind of Dark Soulsy boss battles. You got to like dodge at the right time.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I like about the flock battles when you fight them. They lurch at you really quick, and you got to do a perfectly timed jump.
Well, I can't remember what the thing was called in the first Gears games, but it's the big thing, and it has the guns on the arms and the head, but it's called the Swarmac now.
The Brumac.
It was the Brumac before. Okay.
The Brumac is now a Swarmac.
Yeah, and it's got like, I don't know, rocks growing out of it or crystals. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be, or just calluses.
And then you just shoot his pimples.
Yeah, you just shoot his blisters.
Yeah,
but
you got to do a little Sandra Lee.
Yeah.
Dr. Lee, the pimple popper, and
man,
shoot him.
Pop all over her face.
She's fucking hot.
What was I saying? But yeah, it's a beautiful game. It moves so well. It is. It's basically like they've always tried to make like an action movie type vibe, but it's like even the cuts, in between and stuff where you play and all of a sudden it just goes right into like them talking and stuff. It's literally just like a live action. You're playing a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie. They did a great job of making it be a Gears game, and it has a Gears vibe, but it has that Sony action narrative thing where you're the star of the movie.
Yep.
It has that too, so it has a deep story, this campaign. It has the awesome cutscenes, the drama. It's well acted, voice acting's great. It's the best Xbox exclusive this generation. Hands down, period.
I would agree with that. Although my what do you call it? I don't have as much experience. I don't play as many games as you, so I'll agree with it only because I have a limited knowledge of some of the other games.
State of Decay didn't go so well.
No,
even though people like it. Sea of Thieves, they're adding content to where people are playing it and digging it. It's
not your thing. I've never played it either, so I can't say anything.
Quantum Break wasn't so great. I did like Crackdown 3. It got shit on. I did like Crackdown 3.
That was one of our first podcasts you talked about.
Yeah.
The third or fourth one.
Yep. But Gears 5, it's to me the only thing that's 10 of 10 is Dark Souls, so there is no 10s. But Gears 5 is definitely a 9 of 10.
It's good. It really is.
It's a beautiful game. It's one of the best looking games. I don't have a PC, so I don't have a rig but for a 1X, for a console game, best looking console game I've ever seen. Ever. It's gorgeous. Beautiful game. And story's great.
Characters are cool so far.
And we can't give spoilers.
I'm trying not to, yeah.
And it's just certain things happen, and then I can kind of see where things are going, and I'm trying to predict, like, hey, such and such. It's making you think that this person is behaving this way because they're a dick, but I know there's going to be a reason behind it.
Well, it's and I'm not trying to guess anything because, like I said, I don't know a lot of stuff that happened beforehand.
Yeah.
So I'm not guessing at all.
Yeah,
but you're further than me too, so you could not just you might not be spoiling it just for the people out there in listener land. You'd also be spoiling it for me.
Yeah, I won't say nothing.
So,
but I'm about done with Chapter 3, and I will finish a game. And next week I will give my full review. But I want to take some time with it. I'm not gonna my goal was to burn right through it so I could get into Borderlands. But I'm liking it so much, I'm not hurrying. I'm gonna absorb the world, man.
Yeah, I still think there's a good chance, even doing that, you might be able to make it in time for Borderlands. But
I get tired after work. I might be able to I could binge out tomorrow to where I could probably beat it or get close enough to where I could beat it through the week.
Yeah,
but I want to do everything. I'm going around picking up the shinies.
Yep.
I'm doing all the the components. I'm upgrading Jack. I'm doing all that shit. And guys, if you're watching us and you want to ask us a question or talk to us, live chat. Don't do the comments. I don't read the comments. Live chat to the right here on YouTube.
If you're doing it through the app on an Android device, it's not to the right. It's right under the progress bar on your screen. It says live chat.
Yeah, and it's pretty simple.
Back to the action movie. You said the cutscenes, and even the cutscenes, there's no pause, like between an action. You'll be walking, you'll hit a button or something, like you're in Baird's laboratory and stuff.
Yeah,
and you'll walk around and you'll go hit the button, open the door, There's no cut. It's just basically just seamless
Yeah,
right into it.
The load screens
Yeah.
or lack thereof.
Yeah.
You're switching into, and it'll say checkpoint, and you get the cog thing spinning, and it's like a microsecond.
It's
and then
really,
you're just in. Sometimes you don't even get it. You're just there. You're in, man.
the game is pretty seamless. It's so far it's pretty fucking awesome.
See, the thing with 4 was a very good game, but it had issues with its multiplayer and things were bogging down.
Yeah.
This game is smooth. Everything just flows. So if you have a chance to play Gears 5, guys, I'm telling you, you got to get it.
I'm surprised Frank hasn't played yet, or has he? And I just haven't seen him.
Like, even if you're a Nintendo person or a PC person or a Sony person, this is the one you got to play. Somehow, if you got to borrow someone's Xbox or just real quick play it on your PC, get Gears 5. It's worth a play. It's legit. It's a great game.
The only thing that sucked is now people are complaining because Live was down last night.
Yeah.
And they're like, I should have bought a Sony instead. It's like they literally have an outage on the PlayStation Network once a month.
Yeah, PlayStation down is real. I mean, it's infinitely worse. PlayStation, they do a lot of things better than Xbox, but online is not one of them.
So a lot of people that complain about that are like, I should want the PlayStation a long time ago. That's fine, go ahead, but you're gonna have, no joke, at least one outage a month. And yeah, it took a while, but now they got it back up. Plus, you were playing the game 4 days early, anyways. If you were playing it last night, the game doesn't come out till Tuesday.
Yep.
So think about that. Yeah, you lost a couple hours, but you still have 3.5 days early to play the game.
Yeah.
Get over it.
I know. Quit feeling sorry for yourself, even though I'm a master at that. You really shouldn't.
I thought I got around the system yesterday because, honestly, I did not sign up for Ultimate. I did not sign up for it.
And you were playing.
And I was playing. I'm like, holy shit, what did I do? What's different? I think one of my kids changed the subscription to Ultimate when he was playing Game Pass and he did something. He must have hit one of the ads. I don't know, and he switched it. But he did right because he saved me money, and I'm the same boat as you. Whatever money I had paid, I don't owe them money until like February 5th.
Yeah, the only thing it did a quick charge of like $2 or something.
I didn't get anything.
But it's supposed to give me credit. I don't know how that's going to work. Like
maybe it did when it happened. I don't know when it happened exactly, but
yeah, because it's supposedly it's like $2. It charged $2. I'm like, why is it charging me $2 if I don't have to pay for whatever?
Yeah.
But anyway, I can't. So I'm supposed to have 6 months worth of credit, and then like 3 weeks on the Game Pass that I paid.
Yeah.
That money is supposed to go towards it, and I'm thinking, why do I got to pay $2? I don't fucking understand this. But I'll worry about that later.
Yeah, you got the game. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
that's the important thing.
At the end of the day, that's all I care about.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game.
Yeah, play Gears 5, and you will not be disappointed. So we stayed on topic for almost 20 minutes.
It's pretty good. We went a little bit into some other stuff while we were doing it, but it was pretty good.
That's pretty good there.
Hey, I saw a story today, and I posted a video about it, but I don't know if you saw it. There's a guy he does podcasts, but he only does on YouTube. His name is Steve Leto.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer and some other stuff. He lives in our state. I'm not sure exactly where, but I think it's up past Flint. But he's technically a local guy. He's a lawyer, and he does court cases around here. And he brought up a good one. There was a guy in Macomb County who's been really critical of the judge and the legal system in the county because of something that happened with his kid. So he was in a custody battle with his ex-wife, and he kept up bringing up stuff. There was like red flags. The kid would have like injuries or something going on, but the wife had full custody, and he was fighting for sole custody of the kid. And the judge basically said, well, a lot of that stuff's in the past. We're not going to worry about that, and awarded custody to the mom. And then a few months later, the kid died. And he was critical because it was all stuff that he raised awareness of to the judge, and they're like, well, but that's all stuff in the past. It probably won't happen again. Well, it happened again, and the kid died. So he was really critical on Facebook and a bunch of other stuff, and they put him in jail for it.
You see, I try to avoid politics because I'm on a far end of a spectrum, and I can get out of hand, and I don't want to draw heat to people who are involved with this podcast.
Yes.
So I'll just say this. Our county that we live in is very corrupt, and if you get a DUI or something or possession charge or something minor, and you go to jail here, you could be in trouble.
Yeah.
Bad. You might not come home, and that's the truth.
It's true.
There's been people that died there, like simple charges, like a possession charge. And look, man, I'm not one of these super libertarian people. Go ahead and do whatever you want, man. I do believe in law and order and maintaining, but certain things, these people go in, they're not harming anybody. These aren't like assault people or rapists or murderers. These guys go in, maybe they have a few beers and get in their car, or they got a little weed or something, or pills or something, and then they go to jail and they withdraw because they're not being medically withdrawn from their drug use.
Yep.
And the withdrawals kill them because you're not supposed to just quit anything cold turkey.
Nope.
Not like that. And they one guy, he was addicted to Xanax and I think like some sort of opiate like Oxycontin or something. And they let him this kid lay on the floor flopping around, and they had they sped it up fast time over the days, him just basically writhing on the floor in pain from withdrawals, and he just dehydrated and died. Yeah.
Well, this one was this judge is just very thin-skinned apparently. It was a female judge. They didn't say her name, but I mean, we could probably find it out. But she felt that she felt uncomfortable with his comments and felt like they're malicious. He never made any threats. He never said he was going to attempt anything. He just basically criticized the way they did things. And they charged him with malicious use of technology or something like that. So he had to go to jail after his kid died because he criticized the judge. He had to go to jail and then post bond and had the warning that don't say anything else on the internet because you'll end up back in jail. So he immediately said something else.
We have freedom of speech here, you dumb bitch.
Yep. Well, that was from the prosecutor. That one said, "Don't say anything else on." Who's also corrupt, by the way. But
all those interviews went up.
But
I'll get my door kicked in.
But yeah, they said, "No, you can go home, but you can't say anything on the internet." And he immediately that day said some stuff and ended up back in jail. But he's never threatened anybody.
Yeah, if your speech is covered as long as you don't threaten anybody.
No threats.
Now, if I just say, you're supposed to be like, say, I think this judge is doing a terrible job. She's horrible. This is whatever, something critical of how she does her job. That's not illegal.
Nope.
You should not go to jail. We do not live in a freaking fascist or communist society. You're supposed to be able to say things as long as you're not threatening people. Yeah, I get it. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater for fun. There's certain things you can't do. But you can say, I think this judge sucks. You should have that right. You do have the right. Not you should have. You do.
Yep.
And so they keep throwing him in jail. Like, you hear about shit like this in England. I've never heard of it here. And it's starting to happen here.
Yeah, and all he did was he told them over and over again, and this is the other problem, is because, and I don't care what people say, just the few instances I've seen of people we know who go through it, single fathers or fathers in custody cases always seem to get the short end of the stick.
Yeah,
this guy had a job, a good job. He took care of his kid. He never missed his child support payments. He was always there on time when he needed to. Fought for sole custody, and they gave it to the wife who had all the issues. She wasn't working all the time. She had a boyfriend living with her who was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
The kid had been injured multiple times on her watch. There was just all these red flags, and they just kind of dismissed it because, well, she's the mother. And him and his mother, so not the kid's mother, the guy's mother, so the grandmother of the child that died, told them straight up, something bad is going to happen to this child if you leave him with the mom. And they were right. So they have every right to say everything. Honestly, even if they did say something a little bit threatening, I think even then, it's against the law. But I forgive him.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to be pissed off,
Yeah,
and you're talking about thin skin, what about this guy? The shit that's going on in his life.
yeah,
This is ridiculous. And the problem is, when you're a judge or you're a person who's some sort of elected official or some public official, or you serve the public, you're supposed to put your bias or your activism on. I don't know if this woman is some sort of, feminist type. I don't know. I don't know anything about the lady.
no,
But I can't assume anything. But you're supposed to be. They say that justice is blind, right? You're supposed to not have any preconceived view going in. It's two people and then you pick. And it sounds like she clearly went with the woman, then got mad at the man because he complained about it.
Yep.
And his family complained about it.
and in a roundabout way, obviously the judge didn't kill the kid, but
No,
she should be partially responsible for the bad decision she made. Just like if somebody had one too many drinks and went out and drove and got that DOI, they got to live with their bad decision and they need to be criticized for it. That's what happens.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, you see people like that abuse their power, and like I said, I'm not an activist. I bitch it and argue online. I have my worldview, but you can't have thin skin if you're public at all.
No.
Except for when Wes Watson fans come at, fuck you guys.
Well,
I like Wes, but I don't like his fans.
I want to get into those too, but
we'll go into that. But yeah,
one more thing about Macomb, or the county we live in. I already said it, so
yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care.
The county we live in.
They're gonna kick the door and throw us in too.
Well, they had another issue, not just the jail and stuff, but another judge, 2 months ago, where the guy him and his wife were getting divorced and they were still living together, but they were doing their divorce, and the wife kept on getting sick after he would make her breakfast or coffee or something in the morning, and she almost crashed her car a couple of times. Well, she videotaped the kitchen one morning, and he was poisoning her coffee.
Oh, I remember that.
At one point he put the equivalent of 25 Benadryls in her coffee.
Oh my god!
And she almost crashed, and she had to go downtown for work and stuff.
I remember that. Yep.
And he ended up getting 60 days.
Ooh, they really
and
leaned on him.
And some of it was suspended.
Yeah, Phil,
For
I'm alive.
poisoning your wife. You attempted murder, and he got 60 days. It wasn't a regular judge. It was a visiting judge, so he's not there all the time. But still,
I don't know what the fuck is going on with our county government, but it is corrupt as sin.
Yeah, it is. Man, I want a job in our county government, though.
Yeah,
really good
pays
benefits,
really well.
man.
Well, you've kind of gotten rid of that.
Yeah, they don't know me.
Yeah,
but really good benefits.
Even when they were doing I was into my InfoWars phase of life and looking at the government coming after you and stuff. I remember Hackle, our sheriff, he had one of them armored vehicles. We have an armored vehicle here in Macomb County, and I was like, what the fuck do they need that thing here for? I've never seen a riot in Macomb County or anything resembling a riot.
Nope.
When the Red Wings won, they had to get the police and riot gear out to make everyone leave, but no one was rioting. They just wanted everyone off Gratiot.
Yeah. That made me think of something. I just drove, and I didn't even notice it, but did you know that Wings' house is empty? No one's living there?
Really?
Yeah, it's empty.
Oh, yeah. For those of you that don't know, and you probably shouldn't know or care, there's a guy that when the Wings used to do really well, and they were winning. He always had a party outside.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we would drive by Wings.
He started it. Remember
when?
Wait, the first year they won the cup. Well, not the first year, but the first in modern times, 97, I think.
Yeah.
He yelled when we drove by. Him and his buddies yelled Wings, and that was it. He started it, so we did it for years.
So we would drive by his house year round. It could be fall, it ain't even hockey season. We'd be Wings.
Yeah,
and he'd be giving us a dirty look.
It literally. We probably yelled Wings at his house at the top of our lungs for 4 years straight.
Yeah, he got to where he didn't even react. He just kind of kept mowing his lawn.
Yeah, sons of bitches.
He wouldn't even look at us anymore.
It was fun. I drove by the other day. I'm like, oh man, we made a move. No, we didn't. But
we named him.
In fact, I don't even think he lived there. I think someone else moved in after him, and this is the next person. But it's empty.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, but
yeah, Phil, you're in the right chat. Yar.
Yar.
That's a word.
What would
Y-A-R.
you bring up? Oh, yeah, we had another Wes Watson incident.
Yeah, so we had another fan. He attacked me
Viciously.
about the Wes Watson thing, and he said, and I have the video. I even posted the video, and I called him a mongoloid. And I posted the video of Wes Watson. He said, and he quoted me. He's like, you have to join the Aryan Brotherhood if you're a white guy in prison. You don't. Here, I got the screenshot right here.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up real quick.
He also said, you're fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I'll read the whole thing. This fucking you motherfucker. Okay, it says, do your research. This is fucking terrible. He's Aryan Brotherhood. And then he quotes me. You have to join the AB once you get in prison. The AB makes you kill someone if you have years to spare. Yeah, that's what he said. You're quoting me as if I'm lying by saying that. It's exactly what he said.
The first 20 seconds of the video, basically.
The first 20 seconds of the video, and the name of the video is Prison Gangs. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
Meaning you don't have a choice if you're white. You go to prison, you're getting in with the white boys, and you're rolling with them, and you're doing what they want. Look, I get it. You don't want your hero to have been a racial separatist, but he was in prison. Yeah. He didn't have a choice.
And we never said one thing negative about Wes. It was all positive. All we said was fact, stuff that he said.
Yeah. I like Wes Watson. I still watch his videos.
He's fantastic.
He's inspirational. I like his story. I like him. It's his fucking fans. They act like I'm not allowed to talk about him. You don't know shit. And I guarantee you motherfuckers that keep coming at us and saying things about us lying or misquoting them, you ain't no prisoner either. You're a fucking fat ass just like me. You're just sitting there on your computer doing jack shit.
We got evidence that we are right.
Yeah.
That's all I care
says
about.
it. You don't have a choice. And there was one video where he said, he tells people, well, you're going to have to shank this guy because I got 10 years. You only have 2. It's up to you. Because you got years, like he views it as,
yeah,
I got 10. I'm not taking on a few more by shanking this guy. You're doing it. That's what he said.
I know.
But they're acting like I'm making it up.
But you know what? It keeps on giving us more views.
Up.
That's our most viewed thing ever, so just keep them coming, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just funny. It's like all these street people, you're supposedly like the toughest guys in the world, the convict types and these thug types. You're a bunch of thin-skinned bitches. Can't even take the slightest bit of criticism. And I'm not even criticizing them. But they're doing the thing like, you ain't got no right to talk about this. Yeah, I do. I can talk about whatever I want. As long as I'm not saying something that's incorrect. Now, or I'm insulting him. I'm just saying what he said. And I'm a fan of his. I actually watch his videos and listen to what he says. Apparently you don't. Asshole.
Dumb shits.
All right.
It wasn't Ryan 4321 again.
It was a different guy. It was something.
I didn't actually see who it was. He's dumb. I don't like him. I want to do one more local thing real quick if I can.
Yeah.
So why is it big news that Dave fucking Coulier is moving back to the area?
I don't know. I don't know anything.
Dave
I didn't know he was alive.
Yeah, from Full House.
Yeah, isn't it weird that Alanis Morissette wrote an album about him?
She wrote a lot of the songs here when he lived here beforehand. But I digress. My point was, it's literally been on like 25 different local sites and news stations. Dave Coulier moving back to the area. It's Dave Coulier. It's not John Stamos.
Yeah.
If it's son John Stamos moving to the area. All right, cool. John Stamos. That dude doesn't age. He's like Keanu. They don't age.
Yeah, he still looks great, man.
Yeah, he's like mid-50s, or almost approaching 60. It's like, but Dave Coulier, I mean, he's cool. I mean, he's okay. I don't hate him, but I don't want to see it on every fucking news outlet I follow.
Yeah, that's weird that they would plaster that.
Like, he's
not even Jeff Daniels level of Michigan fame.
I'm not making fun of Jeff Daniels. Daniels,
I'm not saying that.
He's a treasure.
I'm just saying he's not like. You know how Jeff Daniels has that golf tournament thing?
Yeah.
And it's Jeff Daniels. Everybody goes out there. He's cool. He's a Michigan guy or whatever. Or even Kid Rock or Eminem. But Dave Coulier,
the only thing he's done that I know of in the last 20 years is the sequel series Fuller House. Maybe he's done some voices still, but
I don't know.
I have no clue.
I don't have any issue with him. I just didn't know he was a thing.
Any local news I look at, that story will pop up. It's like, It's Dave Coulier, man.
Like our power couple from here though is that Dak Shepard and the other
Oh yeah, Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. Yeah,
Yeah, they're from the area too.
yeah. They're like our power
Now,
couple.
if they moved back and they were living in the area, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And I have no issue with Dave Coulier, but I don't need to see it. It's like Channel 7 Action News. Dave Coulier is moving back to the area. Who the fuck cares? It's annoying. Why don't you guys cut it out? That was totally unplanned too. I didn't mean to do that. It just came out, and I'm not even joking.
That is so cheesy.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I'm gonna just take this fucking thing off here. Don't need it anymore.
Just do it. Take it off. Oh yeah, I didn't use my mic stand again. But yeah, that's my Dave Coulier gripe. And they're like taking pictures of him locally. He's like at the Travis restaurant in St. Clair Shores eating a burger.
I mean, he seems like a nice guy.
From everything I understand, he's a super nice guy.
I just, yeah, like I said, it's one of those things they make a big deal out of it, and
This guy was on a show that ended almost 25 years ago, and then he's on a sequel series which has been on for a couple of years. But he's been in that like a total of 8 times. I swear to God, he's not even like a regular cast member. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, if you're one of our 4 concurrent viewers right now,
Yeah,
and you're here for the Gears chat, we did that in the first 20 minutes.
that was all Gears.
Just in case.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna talk about bullshit from here on, but we did a 20 minutes of Gears talk.
so just listen to the first 20 minutes.
And I ate a ghost pepper chip bag, basically.
There's a video of
them.
that on the Facebooks.
And we are Radio Underground. You can find us on Twitter. We're on Facebook, Reddit, all of it. Radio Underground.
Well, I did all my bullet points. We can end the show now.
Yeah, there's nothing else to talk about.
Nothing else. Mike has nothing.
I'm trying to think of something here.
Yeah, you got a lot of stuff. I got all my stuff in quick.
Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah, I want to talk about another thing. I guess it's a current event. Tool is set to dethrone Taylor Swift from the top of the charts.
Dude, are those Taylor Swift fans that stupid?
It's pretty disgusting how stupid they are. She kind of looks feline. You remember that Sleepwalker movie from Stephen King?
Yeah.
That he made. She looks like a sleepwalker. She's hot, don't get me wrong, but she has a feline appearance. Her eyes are weird or something.
Well, I'm
totally gonna talk like I totally wouldn't.
Maybe if I send you
yank her clothes off, given the chance, but
I'm gonna send you a picture, and it might change your mind.
What, of her hot or not?
Well, it's a comparison photo.
Let's see. Oh wow, that is true.
She looks like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, she looks like John Hader.
Yeah, she looks like Napoleon. They have the same mouth. Their eyes are the same. The nose is the same. She looks like Napoleon Dynamite.
Wow, she really does.
Yeah, I'll post that to the page so people can see it.
But anyway, this chick, she used to do country.
Yeah.
And now she's doing straight pop.
It's straight up just pop, yeah.
And now she's, I don't know, she's trying to grow her audience or whatever, and now her fans are mad that, who's this Tool? Who's this?
This new band, Tool.
Now, I'm not going to pretend to be, and I've talked about this in the past, I'm not a huge Tool fan.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good music. I can recognize the talent. It was just never, I don't know, it wasn't.
It's not your thing.
It wasn't my thing.
Yeah, it's not. It's fine.
But I'm glad that there's hard rock out there that's doing well and selling well, because rock seems to me, at first glance, to be a dying art form.
Oh,
not dying where it's going to die forever, but I mean it's not the big thing anymore.
It's definitely changed a lot too.
Everybody likes retarded people like Cardi B and the other Cardi B, Minaj, they look like the same girl to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, they want whatever lab that they were made at is the same same creator.
It's just music in general, and we talked about this many weeks ago in an episode. It all pretty much sucks. So the fact that there's actual musicians making an album and it's going to be the #1 album is great.
Yeah. If you play your own instruments, even if I don't like your music, you could be 3 Days Hinderback or any of those bands. As long as you're playing your own instruments, I can respect it. And you don't have to even be my style. There are people that do the R&B thing or where the stuff's written for them that it can be good if it's put together nicely.
Yeah.
But some of the shit, man, it's just, it's too prefabbed. It's too I don't know. I know it's in the worst actually worse than pop is actually country in terms of picking people.
Yeah.
Like the Nashville, they pick people that they write everything for them. They have session aces, guys that is the bass player for Nashville. They have like a band that does everything.
Yeah.
And then they write the song, and then they give it to whoever, Miranda Lambert is this time. And then the other, actually, I think she's one of the few that writes her own shit.
Actually, I know she writes a lot, yeah.
But, of course, I give the bad example. That dumb Miranda Lambert who writes her own stuff.
I think most of the country people, they're not the sole writers of their stuff, but they are part of the writing process for their stuff. Probably more so than the pop people.
Yeah.
Definitely more than pop people.
Yeah, because...
But that's the thing. I don't understand, and it's a little bit of a segue here, but not a segue, but branching off, is what happened to rappers writing their own songs? Like, you know how many rappers, like, don't write their own songs?
Rappers have their raps written for them?
There are some of them, yeah.
Wow. That was the one thing that was cool about rap.
They have people help them write songs. Unless you're doing a freestyle, obviously, but they have people help them write rap songs. That was always the thing. You always just did it. Like Dr. Dre had, God, what's his name? Does stuff with Eminem Slaughterhouse. It's not Obi Trace, but somebody else. But he was writing a bunch of stuff for Dr. Dre. That was part of his thing. Yeah, and Dr. Dre's like he's a Hall of Famer as far as rappers.
No, he's one of the elite. He's one of the kings.
Maybe just as he got older and the steroids started to eat away at his brain.
I don't know, man. He got. I don't know. He's one of the best producers ever. He's you can't fuck with Dre. He was really good. The thing about rap, though, it's weird that they have their own writers because that was one of the things about them. Like I liked some rap when I was younger. I've told you before about my studying the wiggery arts.
Yeah,
I did it for a while. But what was like, I listen to Jim Goad sometimes, and he was talking about why he got into rap in the '80s. He said because he came from a punk rock background, and he goes, and you look at the old CD and not tapes, and they have the lyrics for the songs. He goes, punk rock, it'd be like 4 lines, 5 lines. He goes, now you look at a rap one, it's just like a fucking like an essay. Just rap songs had tons of words, and those guys were really wordsmiths, man. They were really good.
Well,
and now they're. I didn't know that, but they're having people.
Don't get me wrong. You're talking. It's probably 95% of them still write their own stuff, but there are people that write songs for rappers. It's a thing, and I don't get it.
Yeah, I thought the point was that the rap is you, like it's an expression of,
Well, you brought up another good point. I was going to bring up, and a lot of people think that's weird that somebody could be into punk, then also into rap, but really it's not. Think about it. Punk's about sticking it to the man. So is gangster rap.
So is yeah.
So it's kind of like those two actually kind of make sense to me that people would be into those two types of music together.
Well, Ice-T was both.
Yeah,
I think
because the body count thing and
the body count I think was first. He did the rapping after.
I don't know. I mean, because he did the first break-in, and that was before he ever.
No, I mean, I'm not talking about the recordings. I mean, like he was a punker way back.
Really?
Like I'm pretty sure he did it like a long time ago. Like now, Cop Killer came out like after he'd been an established rapper.
Yeah,
but he was in punk bands when he was young.
I didn't know that. Did not know that at all.
Yeah,
But
of course, if I'm wrong, I'll be called an asshole and threatened.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, no, I don't think
Ryan,
so.
where you at? Are you out there listening?
You didn't insult Wes Watson, so you shouldn't.
Yeah, I never did. I never will insult Wes Watson ever.
But
his fans suck.
Back to the Tool Taylor Swift thing. The fact, and I get it because a lot of Taylor Swift fans are probably anywhere from 8 to there's people our age
13.
that love her. Well, I mean, there's people our age that absolutely love her. There's people older than us. So you're talking about 8 to 48. Let's say that there's a big gap. There's a big thing there. But so some of them, I guess, understand if Tool hasn't released an album in 13 years, some of them weren't alive the last time a Tool album came out. But you've never even seen their name in passing or happen to be flipping a radio station and seeing their name or the fact
Apparently
that you know
not.
anything about them.
Yeah, Tool's fans range from 40 to 48.
Pretty much. Well,
That's
maybe,
basic.
let's say 35 to 48.
Yeah, 35 to maybe 50.
Yeah. But it's great. I haven't listened to the album yet. I have it, but I have not listened to it. I think Morgan has. He liked it.
He's a Tool fan. Like, for me, they're just weren't
okay.
my thing. But I'm glad they're doing well, and I wish them. I hope they make millions of dollars again. I don't give a shit.
Well, at this rate, their next album will come out in 21 years.
Yeah.
And we won't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's kind of starting to. I'm worried about GTA 6 because they made so much money off. They still making Rockstar still making a killing off the online, and Red Dead just came out last year. I don't even think they're working on 6, and it's a 5-year cycle once they start.
Yeah.
So man,
I'm
gonna be like 50 when GTA 6 comes out. I might not even be alive.
It's insane. I understand it. Why would you? Especially if it's a game you keep on adding to and making money off of. Why? Why? Why make something new?
Yeah,
make that money.
mean, there's no point.
No.
Yeah, because I want you guys to work yourselves to death. Impossible deadlines. People complaining about unionizing just for me.
Yeah.
What about me?
It's going to be a while before we see GTA 6.
Oh, Chris and Mike are now listening.
Chris just get in here?
Yeah, I used to listen to heavy metal, old school gangster rap, depending on my mood.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mike calls me luscious lips.
I mean, I listen to anything. I'll listen to, because I don't have the XM radio in my car. My wife does, but when I get in her car, it's like the 80s on 8 or the 90s on 9. If nothing's on those, I switch up to lithium because the alternative stuff, there's nothing there. I'll switch over to channel 43, which is Rock the Bells radio, which is like old school and some newer, but mostly older school rap. And then sometimes I'll go back to, once in a while I'll go to the Pearl Jam station, but it's all live stuff from Pearl Jam. It's like,
oh yeah, they always do the Even Flow live. Is that the one they always play?
No, well they play because it's just a Pearl Jam channel, so they try to play anything they have to keep the station going 24 hours a day. But yeah, it's you got to change it up.
It's a 24 hours of Pearl Jam.
No, it's literally called Pearl Jam. That's the station name.
Wow, that would be.
They got a
Sorry, I was looking at my notes. I wasn't listening.
They got a Grateful Dead station. They got a Beatles station. They got a Elvis Presley station. They got a Pearl Jam station. Eminem has his own, but Eminem's is all kinds of different rap. It's not just his. It's all kinds of stuff. And they do like people doing live raps, but you just change it up. Just listen to whatever, man. Who cares?
Yeah. Remember back in the 80s when Rush, the band, they weren't playing a lot, so Geddy went out and started playing the saxophone under the name Kenny G.
Yeah, he still does it occasionally, too.
Yeah. I was just thinking about it. I was looking at him like, Kenny G looks like Geddy Lee.
They could be related, definitely.
And they're real like virtuoso musician, and they're nerds, and they both have that same kind of look, that skinny face and the bigger nose, and I'm like,
yeah,
they're the same guy. That's my conspiracy theory.
That's a good
Kenny
one.
G and Geddy Lee are the same guy. Get that trending. Geddy is Kenny. Tread it. Hashtag.
Do it. Well,
hashtag Geddy is Kenny.
They are both Jewish.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, I know Geddy is for sure, but I didn't know Kenny was.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100% positive that Kenny G is Jewish. But one's from New York. One is a Canadian Russian Jew.
Okay, yeah, that's
obviously Geddy.
And then the other persona he takes on is he did the Top That rap in Teen Witch. Doesn't she kind of look like them too?
Yes.
Automatic, systematic.
Well, I call Kenny G a New Yorker. He's a Seattle kid. Yeah, but he is Jewish.
Turbo is the best of all time, 90s and 2000.
That's true.
I agree.
Yes, but Geddy Lee and Kenny G are both Jewish. So that adds to your conspiracy.
They run the banks. They can't be trusted.
I'm not even joking. I just read it. And Kenny G's dad was a banker.
Was he really?
I swear to God.
He was a banker.
I swear to God. I just read that.
You can't have them by the money. You know that, and I know that. Get them away from the money. They'll take every dime we got. Get them out.
Oh, now I can't find it, of course, so I might just giving you fake facts.
It's like,
where's the article? Damn it.
Yeah.
Don't make me a liar.
Geddy Lee's family is always trying to get nativity scenes taken down. Just start making shit up about them.
It's true.
It's true. It happened. I've got verified facts right here. Now, Kenny G, though, that was like total elevator music.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
But Rush, that was like nerd, the original nerdcore.
Oh,
it's like hard rock, but for nerds.
Yeah, it's great stuff, though.
Yeah, well, every guy in the band has like a 170 IQ.
Yeah, they're all geniuses.
They think they probably write the music even before they pick up their instrument. Okay, what we'll do here is change it. Like
they write it in their heads first, completely the entire album. Then they're like, "Or let's try laying it down now."
Yeah. Neil was kind of the dunce of the band. He only has a 140 IQ.
He's fantastic, though.
Yeah,
fantastic drummer.
He's really good though on a primal level.
I can't find
for a mouth breather of 140 IQ.
I can't find if it was Brazil or Venezuela, but have you ever seen the show MacGyver?
Yes.
It's one of the best shows ever.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite shows of all time. I love MacGyver.
Even though it's use tinfoil to start a boat.
Even though it's totally 80s and some of the stuff he does is like, yeah, fucking right. It's still, I love MacGyver. I've seen every episode a bunch of times. In either Brazil or Venezuela, I'm not sure which one, they don't have the regular MacGyver theme song. They have Tom Sawyer by Rush as the theme song. Even the producers of the show don't know why Tom Sawyer is the MacGyver theme in this South American country. It just, for some reason, they're like, no, Tom Sawyer is now the theme song to this show. And that's how they play it. So if you watch it in those countries, you will hear Rush as the theme song.
Other Mike is Try Hard 2. What are you talking about? Phil, what do you mean?
He doesn't know what he means. I thought he was trying to say the mic is bad. I'm like, he can't hear me. I'm like, oh, no, not again.
Other Mike is Try Hard 2.
Is there another Mike?
I don't know what you mean.
Another Michael?
I don't know.
Well, there's a guy who posts. There's Mike.
Oh, okay. Because Phil and Mike. Okay. Whatever.
Stop it. You're confusing Mike.
I'm getting drunk, guys. I can't defend myself from your attacks.
He's drunk and he's high off of Pockies.
Yeah. 9 ghost chips down the gullet.
Those fucking things.
They were fucking horrible.
So bad.
So, yeah. Kenny G.
Is
Geddy Lee.
I cannot find a thing that says his dad is a banker now, so now I look like a fool.
So I wanted to... Another thing real quick, because we're talking about Wes Watson.
Yeah.
This is kind of related because of the prison thing. So I was at our... we have a branch that's out in Wixom.
The Davidian?
Yeah, for my company.
Oh, okay.
And there's a guy standing out there, and they're like a crew, okay? And there's 2 of them, and then a girl. And the girl is pretty hot. And I'm like, oh my, she
sounds hot.
And nice looking. That's, pretty cute. And for my line of work, you never see any. So cute is actually hot, and hot is otherworldly in my line of work. Anyway, so I'm looking at her. I'm like, wow, this chick's cute, man. And then she's kind of hugging on this dude that's like 130 pounds, very very ugly. He has that like, I survived multiple overdoses, and I'm not just shitting on him because I liked his girl. He was literally like a twerp.
Does he have a lot of tattoos?
Tons.
Oh, okay.
And anyway,
does he look like Travis Barker?
He comes in for a minute. He seemed like a nice enough guy, but he seemed a little jumpy or whatever. And then he left. And like, you see that girl? I told the guy that runs the store out there. I'm like, did you see that guy? That girl? He's got like a pretty nice. He's like, yeah. I'll tell you why. I'm like, why? He goes, he just got out of prison.
Of course.
And I'm like, oh, so this twerp. Because I thought like the thing women fall for is like the height and the looks and. No, you just have to kill people.
Not anymore.
And then they like you.
Did he kill somebody?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
He probably it could be something simple like
it's probably
DUI or something. He looks like a DUI guy or a possession. He doesn't look like because I can't see him beating anyone up. I just can't
unless
see
he jumps somebody with somebody
else.
I
mean, watch next time I go there, I get knocked out by him.
There's a lot of that now. I don't know what it is, and there's memes making fun of it. It seems like a lot of these women like guys who look like Travis Barker from Blink-182. Ugly, skinny, tatted up. Looks like they could
He
OD
had the Travis Barker look.
And looks like they could OD literally at any second. They're into
He
it.
OD just standing there.
They
not even putting anything into
a lot of these women are into that look, and I don't understand it.
Yeah,
they don't have a lot of them don't have jobs. and they still want to be rappers.
Yeah, I'm a YouTube rapper.
Yeah,
I have to keep Narcan on hand at all times.
shouldn't make fun of Narcan.
Yeah, I remember that.
Don't do that.
I think I talked about that before, so I won't reiterate it.
We won't do it again.
But what Mark says, Veronica Vaughn. Mike, the Veronica Vaughn thing would only be if I claimed that she fucked me. Then it's a Veronica Vaughn.
Like the tow truck driver from last week.
Yeah, that Veronica.
Yeah.
That girl, she was with these two prisoners.
No,
me and her, the two of us.
We got it
on. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Anyway, women, we need to repeal the 19th.
It's really, I noticed that trend lately. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't get it.
They're like dirtbag-looking men.
Yeah, I think my neighbor killed his wife because I haven't heard her yell in a few days. So maybe he finally got sick of it.
Are there anything new planted in the backyard?
No, but I just haven't heard her screaming, so I think he finally implemented the backhand.
Yep, you gotta do it.
Per my suggestion. Like, okay, I'll try this. It's the backhand. So he didn't do it. Maybe he, or she just left.
She could just left. Maybe she got laryngitis.
Yeah, the larynx. Yeah, she can't yell. I put something in her food to get rid of her voice box. People have their dog debarked. You ever see those?
Yeah.
And they come up. I've seen them do that before the dog tries to bark.
I know.
Seems like the cruelest thing ever, but I laugh so hard every time I see it.
Friends of ours just got another husky, and it was from their breeder. It was a dog. They're like, well, it's not going to breed anymore, so do you want it? And they're like, yeah. And they took it and they bought the dog, and same thing. They got its bark taken away. I'm like, that's insane.
Every time I've ever seen it, I just laugh uncontrollably. You like go along, like when I used to go running and stuff. They'd run along the fence and like. You can't even hear.
To me, it's
just hear air coming off of his throat.
Like declawing your cat's the same thing. It's cruel, really, because it's like cutting off your finger, like
at the tip.
Yeah. So it's the same thing as declawing your cat, is debarking your dog. What's the point of having a dog? Dogs bark. That's part of their thing.
Yeah. If you have one that's like absurd, like he does it all the time.
Yeah.
You get complaints. I still wouldn't do it. I would just keep them in more.
Yeah.
I would work it out some kind of way because. Kind of the point of getting a dog is like the alarm system, right? Someone breaks in. Now, if you get a dog with no bark and some guy breaks in your chair.
Well, I think our friends took this thing in because they were going to get rid of it. And they're like, oh, we already got one. We'll just put them together, these two huskies. So I think that's why they took it in, just to kind of save it. But it's like, man, I don't understand that. It's like, I don't know. It doesn't make much sense to me.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I guess another current event thing we can talk about is the Yellowstone seismic uptick.
Yeah, there's
like more. Supposedly, we're 200-some thousand years overdue for a blast out of it.
Yeah, and I think the thing that's scary about Yellowstone is the size, not just the volcano itself, but the actual opening. It's not just one opening; it's 3 openings, and you're talking about a stretch of openings that's 30 miles by 45 miles.
Stretch is when it's going to Sasha Grey.
So
stretch out.
The way volcanoes work is they erupt. You've seen that before.
Yeah.
But when they erupt and the lava and stuff comes out, it's flowing down a mountain, and it's got time to cool or harden or get veered off by rocks or whatever it might be.
Or another mountain.
Because the dome is so high up. The dome is on the ground in Yellowstone. That stuff's coming out of the ground right there. So when that thing goes off, it's one of the world's only super volcanoes. You're seeing 1% of it. The rest of it's underground.
Wow.
And you're talking about a dome, basically, that's 30 miles by 45 miles.
Yeah, and then the ash would supposedly reach to Minnesota and.
Well, they said the first ash would reach somewhere into one of the Dakotas, maybe the edge of Minnesota, and then the secondary, like the aftermath, the fallout, I guess would be part of the fallout, would go into Wisconsin somewhere.
Wow.
There was one thing that said it's going to go all the way to New York, but I'm just basing this on what the U.S. Geological Survey team said.
I was listening to this Sam Tripoli, and
Yeah.
he was going on about it. He goes, there ain't no place. He's advising people, don't invest in your 401k, don't do retirement, because this thing's going off. I'm like, dude, that is horrible advice. Yeah, it could, and I understand, but you don't have to. What if it, like, I've been listening to conspiracy podcasts from, years. Like, Art Bell stuff on and off because I had insomnia and I would listen to it sometimes. And the world Art Bell called it the quickening, that there's an uptick.
Oh, God.
And all these conspiracy people, no matter 100 years from now, it's going to be the same thing. We've never seen it like this. There's just an uptick. There is an absolute acceleration. Alex Jones calls it the acceleration. Art Bell called it the quickening.
So the quickening, and it's like, no, the acceleration, it's the same.
Yeah. What's this one? The speed up is our thing. What are we going to call it? The speed up? No, that don't sound.
What to think of something cool?
We're gonna have to think of a name. What we're gonna call it. But
I was gonna say the fastening, but
the fastening.
That's just fastening something to something else.
We're gonna fasten that carpet to the side here. But they've been talking about the end of the world since when people had the concept of the world. There was an end coming, and it's just always going to be.
Yeah, we brought it up just briefly last week, wasn't it? But that was because there were so many. Wait, did we bring it up last week, or we just talked about it in passing? Was it actually on the show last week?
What's that?
Didn't we talk about this for a second last week?
Yeah, we did a little bit, yes.
But not to this extent. That's what I thought. I'm like, did we actually have that conversation on the air, or was it just in passing? I couldn't remember. But
well, we didn't go like full into it, but my point wasn't so much to bring up Yellowstone. It was the fact that everyone acts like it's over, it's coming, we're dead. It's been, remember the Y2K, we were supposed to all die.
Yep. 2012.
Everything was supposed to change. We're all dead. The world's going to be here for a while, I think.
And the only reason we brought up last week is there was an article said that, there was an uptick in the earthquake, the seismological data and stuff. There was 135 mini quakes. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So I brought it up because of that. But apparently, I started a trend.
Yeah, now everybody's it's just you, man. They're basing everything off you.
That Sam Tripoli is copying me.
What the heck?
I've never seen that guy. I've only heard his name.
I think he's not like one of his main friends, but kind of affiliated with Rogan somewhat.
Oh.
I don't know to what extent, but I think he's had him on.
I haven't listened to Rogan in a little while.
Anyway, I don't know.
What else you got?
Oh, I can look at that. Okay, we'll talk about this. The Dave Chappelle special. Everyone's going on. I have a take on it that people might not expect me to have.
I haven't seen it yet.
So supposedly he says a bunch of things that offend SJW types and things like that.
I know he said some stuff about the Michael Jackson accusers and stuff.
Yeah, he said the Michael Jackson thing, and then he did a joke where he basically called out the crowd, like, you guys, you fucking want to ruin somebody's life for something that happened 20 years ago because somebody makes a mistake, and he goes, you're the hardest motherfuckers I ever tried to entertain in my life. He basically shit on people, like, the cancel culture and the whining and everything.
Yep.
But then, and he's 100% right about that, and then the censorship and what he's all right. But you also get people too that take it so far with the, they'll get on there like, well, they always bring up Sam Kinison would never make it today. They couldn't handle it, and they go on about different people who are more politically incorrect.
Yeah.
But I understand that, but at some point, times do change. It's like people, you can't keep going with that. You know what? These people, they don't like that Nathan Bedford Forrest. they would never tolerated some of his quotes. Yeah, I know. It's hundreds. People were different at one time. It's like you can't modern morality or whatever, it's going to change. It's always going to change. What's acceptable now will not be acceptable 50 years from now. It'll be like, I can't believe people did that.
Yeah.
And said that or whatever. It's just,
well,
at one point, I hate censorship and I hate it, but the other thing too, the constant look, man, fucking people, you're always going to have your moral police It was the Christians in the 80s, and now it's the SJWs, and it's going to be some other group 10 years from now. It's always going to change. There's always going to be those that look to, fucking shit on people having fun. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
If you're having a little too much fun, people will shit on you.
Absolutely. All the time. I had to watch that Chappelle special because Stone said it was pretty damn good.
It was hilarious.
Yeah,
I watched it. It was
out.
fucking great. Dave Chappelle. It's like looking into a time machine. Like, wow, this used to be fun. This used to be like how people talked.
Yeah.
Like
I'll just check it out. It's
people don't talk about like this
the
anymore.
Sticks and Stones, right? Sticks and Stones, is that what it's called?
Sticks and Stones. Yeah,
I'm having trouble saying it. I'm like Sticks and Stones. Sticks and Stones. That's what it's called.
Yeah. Another thing too. I want some girl that's. I think she's probably not even following us, but on her Twitter, and she was liked a couple things, and then was following us. And I looked at her feed. I'm like, oh, who's this chick? And she's one of them feet fetish girls.
What?
Yeah, and she's like, I don't want you as a boyfriend. I just want you to worship my tiny little feet. And she's like doing like the alternating wiggling her feet. And she's like, look at my little tiny feet. I'm like, I don't understand the foot fetish. You're not like
fuck no.
And
I hate. I don't like.
Like,
feet.
why do people love feet,
dude? I don't know. It's like. Why would I want to worship something you walk around on with socks on all day that sweat, that have fungus and smell?
I got tiny little feet. I don't give a shit.
Don't care.
How about you suck on my fucking edema from being overweight feet? How about that? My fucking water retention, heart failure feet. Suck on that foot, bitch.
They got like bunions and like my big toe. I got like a bunch of hair on my big toe. And why would somebody like feet?
I don't know. I remember. I don't want to tell a story because I'm not of liberty to tell it.
Oh, it's involving somebody, a friend of the show.
Yeah, it was like, but someone we knew. I won't say who it is. Someone we know. Attractive girl. She has an Instagram, and someone wanted to pay her to wear certain boots.
Okay.
You know her very well.
I'm sure I do.
And but she was getting like guys in her DMs like, I'm gonna send you the boots and I'll pay you $500 to wear them. You don't have to do anything sexual, just put them on. Or it was the whole.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to talk off the air.
Yeah, but it was like I was like, you should have took the money.
Should have taken the money, but that's another one. Shoes. A shoe fetish.
A shoe fetish.
People like, oh, look at her with her legs and wearing those heels. It's like they're fucking shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, I have this weird fetish where I don't know, man. It's just me, but I like a woman's ass and tits. I mean,
you're weirdo.
You know what I mean? It's just a woman's breast and butt. Good old pervert Mike here. I just can't control it.
You're such a normie.
Yeah, like, man, I'm just a creep. All these different sexual affiliations and LGBT. You just get in the room. You can be the standout guy. Like, you know what I like? Me and my wife. Missionary position, shirts on. How about that? I'm into it. YouTube is receiving enough video. Nah, that doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
But like, or your brother told me this one. This is his idea. He goes. There's only one thing left to do in porn they haven't done. You have to take a full-on, hardcore like butch lesbian. And make her make love to a flaming gay guy.
What?
And like, they're totally grossed out by the other, but you got to make, because that's the only taboo left.
I don't understand the fetish culture in general, and it just keeps it's not getting weird. It's been weird, but
yeah.
Why is everything a step sibling or
yeah
or there's like. People, like you're talking about the boot thing, people getting paid to wear the boots. There's sites where big women will get paid to eat on camera for money. Like these guys will send them money. They're like men from Japan and other places will pay them to watch them eat food. And technically,
the ASMR stuff.
I guess I don't know what's that mean. I don't know.
Well, there's one thing where like they take like a Blue Yeti microphone, these girls,
yeah,
and they crank the gain up fucking high as hell,
Oh,
and
so
then
you
they
pick
like
up the
just
sound?
eat food, and then they rake their fingernails across the top of the microphone, and then they talk. Essentially, it's not sexual, but it is.
Yeah, well,
Like they don't talk about like giving you a hand job or anything. It's just like you deserve some attention today. It's like generic, like, and I'm going to be the one to give you attention.
Well, it could be that, but the one I was talking about specifically.
So I watched it for 3 hours.
This it was like just a group of girls, and these guys would send them money. And they weren't dressed provocatively or anything. They didn't talk provocatively. They just ate, and these guys like to watch them basically fatten themselves up, and that was the whole fetish.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They just need to move to America.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was
hang out in any buffet there is.
I was generalizing because the one who was trying to give her the most money was from Japan, but these guys were from all over the place, America, England, wherever it might be. But they just wanted to basically watch these women fatten themselves up.
You can go to any Golden Corral in America, just sit there. You want to spend a bunch of money. What's your $18 to get in or whatever, and just watch people?
It was funny. It was kind of mean, but someone said, post a picture of what you think a foreigner. Ask a foreigner. Post a picture of what you think America's actually like, and it was a fat Ronald McDonald with a submachine gun. It just killed me. He's fat. Just holding a machine gun.
Mike's
great.
Bradley Commander, you should talk about Tulsi exercise video. I already did.
That was weeks ago, man.
Weeks ago, and I already lost fluids to it.
You got dehydrated?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I killed 3 million swimmers with the Tulsi video. And I like how she's all wet, and then she's poured. She does the whole thing where there's a bottle of water, like one of the big long ones that I don't know how many. It's like a gallon, but it's elongated.
Yeah.
And she's like drinking it and then pouring it on herself. It's like,
oh,
don't do that.
I'm going to completely change it. It's going to be a workout video, but I'm going to change this. We're not going to talk about Tulsi Gabbard. We're going to talk about the Dolph Lundgren workout video.
I've never seen it.
It was from like 1989, 1988. So it's like Dolph
When
after Rocky 4.
Yeah, he's peak.
And he's just kind of talking. He's like, I like to go to the gym and do this. You know, his accent's better at that point.
Yeah.
And you're watching it, and he's doing this, like, running on Venice Beach and stuff, you know, down Muscle Beach and all that stuff. And then he goes home. He starts doing these workouts. It's pretty interesting. But the funny thing about it, though, is when you get into it and you look at the credits, 2 of the production assistants, one was Roger Avery, and the other one was Quentin Tarantino. They wrote Pulp Fiction together. But 5 years before that, they made a Dolph Lundgren workout video.
That's how they got on the map.
Probably.
Dolph working out.
Oh, you know what?
I think when they're pitching their movie, well, we did. They probably didn't even bring that up. Like all their pitches, like, have you done anything else in Hollywood? No, not at all.
But have you done anything with Dolph Lundgren? Nope. No Dolph for us.
Oh, wait. He says she did a new one. Oh,
Tulsi did?
Well, I'm definitely going to look at that when Brian leaves. When you're out of here, it's me and Tulsi.
Gross.
Oh, yeah. It's going to totally flog myself.
If I can find the video, I'll post it to the Radio Underground page.
A new Tulsi
51
video.
minutes long.
Is it an actual full-length workout video?
No, it was like a legit, like Jane Fonda style workout video from the 80s.
I'm watching.
I'm sorry, this was 1986. I was wrong.
I'm watching it. I'm going to get that ghost pepper out of my system.
By watching the Dolph Lundgren, or you can watch Tulsi Gabbard.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Dolph video.
I don't know about Tulsi. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I know
okay.
nothing. I'm only talking about.
I'm not totally going to jack off to Dolph Lundgren. I meant Tulsi. I'm doing Tulsi. Tulsi is my formula, not Dolph.
It's over now.
I would like to have his muscles, though.
It's called Dolph Lundgren, Maximum Potential.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Cathlete.
I didn't make it up. Oh, stop.
I want a maximum potential video with Tulsi.
I don't know who it was that said she was a tranny, but I don't think she is.
Phil hates her.
That's why it's Phil.
And he always rides me about it, and it makes me out to be weird because I like her. It's CrossFit. I don't care if she's sweating and moving. I'm checking it out.
I shared the Dolph Lundgren video, not the Tulsi Gabbard. I shared the Dolph Lundgren video to the Radio Underground page. Check it out.
Well, I got to see the Tulsi thing. That's why I got to work on where we do a video and then I have like the stream of the picture-in-picture, and then I can watch the Tulsi thing and react.
According to what I was reading when we did the Facebook video a little while ago, you can do that using the same technique.
I don't know how to do it and make it work. I don't want to like learn on the job. I got to do a couple mock
just
things.
Experiments, but
yeah. So that's, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was trying to think of what else we can talk about before we get on here. If anybody wants to hear anything.
I know we don't usually talk about sports, really.
We can talk about some.
That stupid Antonio Brown shit.
Yeah. When he got traded, I don't know.
No. You know what? He got traded in the offseason to the Raiders.
Okay.
They gave up a couple draft picks to get him. Then they signed him to like a 3-year, $50 million deal, which part of it was 30 of it was guaranteed, I think. And the dude's been nothing but a head case since they got him. Like, he couldn't do beginning of...
Even the Raiders can't take him?
He couldn't do the beginning of training camp because he did cryotherapy in France and got frostbite on his feet so bad he couldn't start training camp. They changed the guidelines on helmets, so he wasn't able to use his old helmet. So he started sitting out camp. He filed 2 appeals with the league. He fought with the team about it, and finally he found a helmet that worked well enough for him, so he switched to that. But that was a whole week. And then he wouldn't show up to camp. That was the other thing. So he didn't show up a couple times, and they fined him, and he got pissed off that they fined him, which, that's the way it goes. You get paid money to be there. If you're not there, you shouldn't get paid. That's the way it works. Got pissed off, got into GM's face, and started arguing with him, and the GM, kept his cool, but just walked away from him, and he kept on going on, and then, there's clauses in your deals, like if they don't like the way you're acting or doing the conduct, they can kind of void your deal, and it's been a whole headache. The guy's been a head case since he got there, man, and they finally got to the point where like, well, we're not guaranteeing your contract anymore. We're pulling this stuff. He's like, well, I'm not going to play because basically he's on a non-guaranteed contract. He's going to be getting paid per game.
Yeah, so if he doesn't play, he gets nothing.
He doesn't get paid. So he's like, I'm not doing that.
Fuck him.
Fine,
If
release
you're gonna be
me.
that way about it.
So they finally got to the point they're like, we can't deal with this guy anymore. So they just released him, and he didn't get any money from them. Well, of course, he's one of the best receivers in the league. So right away, everybody's like, "Oh, who's he going to sign with?" And kind of shocked me, but he's going to win a Super Bowl this year.
Oh,
He went to the Patriots.
yeah.
But
well, Tom Brady and
so
Bill Belichick, what they do is they get in everyone's mind and make them. They're like the horse whisperer.
Yeah, my point was, the guy had issues in Pittsburgh. He was always arguing or fighting with somebody. He always had something going on. I think he got suspended the last 2 games of last season by the team. And then somebody else, I don't know why people keep on taking chances on people like this. It's like these people are cancers to your team. But
yeah, the thing is, though, if you have talent, everyone's going to risk. They're going to take the risk. But
it just surprised me that it was the Patriots, though, because usually they'll pick up people.
Yeah,
they don't have a lot of people that are.
They tried it with Randy Moss.
Randy Moss worked, though. He had the best season ever for a receiver.
And Randy wasn't obstinate with his team. It was off-field shit.
Yeah.
He wasn't
with the team. He was a perfect team.
He wasn't difficult for the guys to be around, really.
Everybody liked him, and most people say that Antonio's a good guy, but I don't know because I've never seen it. But it surprised me that the Patriots are the ones that decided to take a waiver on the dude. The Cowboys, I wouldn't have been shocked at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah,
Mike. We know the Lions suck.
Yeah, we know.
We know it. We're well aware. It's
just wait till tomorrow. They're gonna shock the world.
I don't watch football because of the fucking Lions. They're so bad that they've killed the NFL. I didn't even need the kneeling shit. It wasn't even the kneeling shit. It was the Lions. They suck.
We're all just depressed people here because of the Lions. That's the way it happens.
They ruin sports in general. I mean, I don't know. I can't take it. The Lions, I gave up. I gave up on football.
Same.
Michigan doesn't even look good. They barely beat Army.
Yeah, but that was the upset special a lot of people picked. A lot of people thought that Army could beat Michigan, like earlier, like in the offseason. But so I'm not shocked that they were that close. I'm shocked they were that close for that long. I thought it was, overtime. Oh, my God. I didn't watch that either, though. But I'm same thing with Lions. I watched the equivalent of one full game last year. I gave up on them.
Yeah, I can't.
And my Sunday's been great. I will guarantee one thing, almost guarantee one thing. The Lions will win tomorrow because they're playing the Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals.
I don't even know if they can beat the Cardinals.
Maybe. I'm gonna like 97% guarantee that win. That's it.
Yeah.
That was our thrilling sports talk for the
I'll
week.
do one more sport.
Okay.
Khabib beat the shit out of Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, UFC 242.
I figured that was going to happen. Poirier has looked great.
Yeah.
Because everyone's standing up with him.
Yep.
And Khabib did it for about 10 seconds.
Yep.
And Poirier actually hurt him with a shot, and he was wobbling. He dotted him, and then he went right back to taking him down, and then finished it. But yeah, Dustin, you don't want to stand with. It's bad. But the Khabib, I don't know, man. I never root for him, but he's like I don't think anyone can stop him. Tony Ferguson, in my opinion, has a chance to go 5 simply because he's bigger than he's a big dude. He used to be 170. He has a wrestling background. Never gets tired. He has unlimited stamina.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mind being on bottom and getting he's hard to submit, he's hard to take down. Khabib will beat him, but I think it'll be 5 rounds. It'll go out the distance.
I think
because he's shifty.
I think Nate Diaz should fight him.
Yeah, Nate Diaz.
Yeah. Let him fight him, and he'll all of a sudden start talking shit in the ring.
Yeah.
And he'll die.
Yeah. Nate, he's one of those people though. He's too crazy to know he's in trouble.
That's
so
true.
He'll be getting smashing. Come on, bitch.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
As he's getting hit,
He'll end up dying in the ring.
Pinned down.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, it's just if Ferguson can't fight and beat Khabib, I don't know.
And Khabib said, and I agree with him because everybody's like, well, he needs to move up. They always want somebody to move up a weight class or whatever, and he's like, no, I want to be the champion of 155, and that's what I want to do. And I can understand. You're not obligated to always move weights because that's just people's way of saying, move up to 170 so we can see you fucking lose.
That's all they want. Yeah.
Yeah, you need to move up so someone can beat you. You can fight Usman or Colby or one of these wrestlers that are a lot bigger than you. For my entertainment.
I mean,
he's not going to do that.
I mean, I'm in the same boat. I want him to move up.
I would like him to move up because...
But I want to see him lose. That's why.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I want to see him fight dudes that he can't just throw around easily because they're bigger than him.
Yep.
And the closest thing to that is going to be Tony Ferguson, who really cuts a lot of weight to be 155 because he's a big dude.
Yes.
He's nearly 6 foot tall. Has heavy hands.
I think that'd be a good one.
But if he beats Tony, though, I don't know 155 anyone's. What's he going to do? There's no one left.
That's what I was saying.
He's cleared out the division. A good undercard, if you want to get Conor back, into things. Him and Poirier both have a loss, right?
Yeah.
Have them rematch. They still have Conor's a name. He'll always be a name.
Oh,
I don't care if he loses 4 in a row. But Poirier's still a big enough name. He did awesome up until today.
Yeah.
So you have a good fight. They'll stand up and fight. They're not going to do any ground shit. It's going to be it'll be red meat for the crowd. I mean, I don't know that Conor would necessarily beat him again because he's out so long and he's having personal issues. So it might be competitive.
He's
this
crazy.
time.
Yeah.
It might, he's punching old men at bars, and I don't know if that.
Wasn't it funny though when he did punch the old man? You heard that and you're like, He kind of just seems like, that's something he would do.
Yeah. Why am I not surprised whatsoever?
No surprise.
The only surprising thing about we talked about it. That old man was 50. He seemed really old.
Oh, he looked really bad.
I was like, okay, that's why he didn't
And
react
that dude's
to the
like
punch.
10 years. He's like 10 years older than us, but he looks like he's 30
Yeah,
years.
he had pure jet white hair.
Yeah.
Skin of a. I mean, if that's not an advertisement for stopping drinking, I don't know what is. It's like I don't know.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. Then now there's a beef between Colby and Jorge because they're good friends.
Oh yeah.
And now they're like Colby's calling him a trash and this and that, and I'm like, this is a setup.
It's totally set up.
Yeah, my best friend, I turned on him for no reason, just suddenly. Yeah, you're an asshole, or like they're just trying to build up in case, because they probably figure at some point if we keep winning, we're gonna have to fight each other.
Yeah.
And he's probably just, okay, we're gonna build it up like we don't like each other, and we can make a ton of money.
Is Masvidal Diaz official yet or no?
It is.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting fight.
They're doing it. Fake. Yeah, it is fake, Mike. You're right. It's fake beef.
It's definitely.
Even
fake.
though you typed bead, you dyslexic chump. Although you did it again. No, finally the third time you got beef right.
beef.
Beef. Fuck. Okay, there we go.
That's a beef fuck.
Fuck. And so I don't know, the John Jones. That's the last thing I'll talk about for MMA. He fought the Santos guy and he didn't look that great.
No,
because he actually has to be clean now because they're really on him.
Yeah.
So, but I still don't know. Even the Jones that's not on stuff can still beat everybody. I'm like, I don't know.
He's still the most talented fighter in the world. I mean,
because he beat it. Like Santos was flooring people, like just killing them.
Yeah,
it was hitting them once and they were like dropping like sack of potatoes. So it was a competitive fight, but the thing is, everyone's like, yeah, well, Jones didn't look the same. Well, he fought an extremely dangerous person that was laying everybody out, and he kind of didn't. He didn't get hit a lot or anything.
No,
he just had to be. He had to fight safe because I hate John Jones. I want that clear. I can't stand him. I root against him every fight, but God will never give me the John Jones getting knocked out red meat that I want.
Nope,
it'll never fucking happen.
Nope, it will not happen. Even without the steroids, he's the most gifted fighter on the planet, without a doubt. So there's no way he's going to lose.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Well, guys, we're going to lock.
I'm sorry. I got to read this. I forgot to tell you this.
All right, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. This is the story of a teenager who went blind and partially deaf after only eating Pringles, French fries, sausage, and white bread for the last decade. He ate nothing but that stuff. Everything he ate was processed. Pringles, or what they call crisps in England, because that's where he's from. He would stop and get fries from the same fish and chips place every single day. He'd eat sausages like Slim Jims and stuff like that, and white bread every single day. That's all he ate, because he's such a fussy eater.
How am I alive?
It made his diet so bad. His B12 was low. He had to start taking vitamin injections, and they didn't help. But he wasn't overweight, and his BMI wasn't bad. So they just thought there was, vitamin shots will help. Well, it got to the point where it made his vision and hearing start to deteriorate at 15. So now at 17, he has suffered permanent vision loss, partial hearing loss, and bone weakness because of his poor diet.
Man, that scares me. I don't know how I'm still going.
I don't know. It's insane. I read this earlier and I was like, holy crap. And now what he has with his eyes is caused by it's called nutritional optic neuropathy, or NON.
To have that. I gotta have that.
Which is more common in countries where extreme poverty, drought, and war have led to widespread hunger and malnutrition. Like Cuba had an outbreak of it of 50,000 people in the early 90s. But that's because embargoes and they weren't getting the stuff they needed.
Yeah.
This dude lives in London. So
yeah, he has access to whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But he chose to give himself fucking macular degeneration or whatever happened to his eyes.
He has a B12 deficiency, low copper and selenium levels, as well as markedly reduced vitamin D and bone mineral density levels. Because he doesn't eat any lean beef or poultry, fatty fish, any vegetables or dairy. He just eats those 4 or 5 things.
Is he still not eating right?
Well, I think now they're finally they're making him eat stuff. But they're like, well, it's not his fault. He's got a condition. Oh, what is this condition? It sounded fake to me. Let me find it.
Fat assery. I have that.
But he's not fat.
Oh, yeah,
he's
you
thin.
said that, yeah.
And that's the thing. So they said he has God, where is it? Stupid article written in British.
Well, there was-
Basically, he's a fussy eater, but they have a disorder to describe fussy eaters now.
yeah, I saw that. I actually saw that before because I was thinking about your brother.
Well,
He's very picky.
he's picky, but at least he eats chicken. And
Yeah,
stuff.
he does eat some protein.
Yeah,
And
it's
he
just
did. Yeah, and he always worked out, or he did when
So,
till recently.
my advice to parents is make your kids eat shit that they should eat.
Yeah. Well, it's I remember the one with a girl that ate chicken nuggets every day,
Oh, that's not good for you either.
and they showed a picture of her, and she was like 18 or 19, and she was in college, and the top comment was, he goes, "What this shows is even with a shitty diet, young women can be fuckable still." Because like no matter what, they're so young, they still look good.
That's funny.
But all right, we gotta go. Radio Underground.
Check us out on things.
Check us out. Radio Underground at MSN.com. All social media, Radio Underground. It's us. Even if there's a show or a podcast at the end of it, it's still us. See you guys later.
Peace.
Out.